So we'll start in a seated pose. We'll start in Sukhasana, or easy pose. So sit so that you're on a little bit of height, so that your knees are lower than your hips. Your shins are crossed in the center line. You can sit with the left shin crossed in front. Just take a moment to settle in and see that you find a steady and comfortable seat. So the knees are in line with the hips, or slightly lower, and that allows the inner groins, the inner thighs to descend down, and there should be no gripping in the inner groins. You're balanced as you sit on your sit bones, so you're not leaning forward or leaning backward or leaning from side to side, but that you're evenly balanced on your sit bones. The abdomen draws back and up. The sides of the body lengthen up towards the armpits. The center of the chest lifts as you spread from the center of the chest out to the outer shoulders. The back of the neck lengthens as the crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. And maintaining the lift and length in the torso and chest, we'll take our hands into Namaskar in front of our hearts. And we'll press our palms into one another and maintain that spreading from the center of the chest out to the shoulders. The backs of the arms descend down. So from the backs of the armpits down towards the elbows. The tops of the shoulders are soft. They're not gripping or tense. The front of the throat, the neck is soft. The jaw is relaxed. Maintaining that sense of well-being in the face and neck and throat. Gently close your eyes. Allowing the eyes to soften and spread from the center to the sides. And feeling the eyes descend or recede away from the eyelids towards the back of the brain, creating a quieting, a calming, a cooling effect on the eyes. And we'll chant Om 3 times together. So we'll draw a breath in. Keeping the lift in the chest, the broadness across the chest. We'll bow our heads down towards our hands. Release our hands to our thighs. Lift our head and carefully open your eyes. And we'll stretch the legs out into Dandasana. Just for a moment, stretching the backs of the legs as you reach through the inner and outer edges of the feet. Taking the tops of the thighs down, and then pressing the hands by the sides of the waist, rolling the shoulders back, spreading the chest, moving the back body in to the back, supporting the front body as you spread from the center of the chest out across your outer shoulders, lengthening the back of the neck. And then we'll stand up. And we'll stand in Tadasana and have your sticky mat go side to side. Oops, I don't want to cut off my head here. Trying to get both my head and my feet in the pose. And you'll need your chair eventually, but don't let it get in the way, but have it nearby. Also have your blocks in case the chair is not suitable today. And we'll stand in Tadasana. So lift and spread your toes and stretch them forward, creating a wide spreading of the feet. Feel firm on the inner and outer edges of the feet so that you're balanced, just like you were as you were sitting in Sukhasana. You're balanced evenly on your feet. You can feel the inner and outer edges of the feet pressing down, so you're not leaning one way or the other on your feet. The fronts of the thighs draw up and press back towards the backs of the thighs. The tops of the buttocks lengthen down towards your heels. The abdomen draws back towards the spine, supporting and toning your abdominal organs and your spine. The center of the chest lifts and spreads wide out towards the shoulders as you stretch your fingers down by the sides of the waist. And then we're going to grab our elbows behind us. So you can bend your right arm and take hold of the left elbow and feel the shoulders drawing back and spreading, and then bend the left arm and grab the right elbow. And if you can't grab your elbows, you can grab your wrists. But maintain the lift in the abdomen, the lift in the side of the body as you grab your elbows. And then maintain that stretching, spreading from the center of the chest out to the outer shoulders. So don't let the shoulders collapse forward. Draw them back, but without gripping with them. So try to maintain a sense of ease in the shoulders as you roll them back. Feel the lift in the chest, the lift in the armpits as you take the shoulders back. And then release the left arm, release the right arm, and stretch them back down into Tadasana. And notice any sensation in the shoulders, the chest. And then we'll bend the left arm and grab the right elbow. And then bend the right arm and grab the left elbow behind you. And take a moment returning to your Tadasana. So making sure the weight hasn't shifted as you shift your arms into this position. Maintain stability and steadiness in the legs as you draw up on the thighs, lift the abdomen, lift the center of the chest, and spread from the center of the chest out to the outer shoulders. Draw the lower ribs back so the lower ribs aren't jutting forward as you do this. And then release the right arm down. the left arm down. And we'll take our legs, arms and legs wide into Utthita Parsvakonasana. Good, you can step or jump. So the feet are parallel. Can't exactly see my feet. It's either one or the other. And I feel like I shouldn't cut my head off. So the arms and legs are wide. The feet are parallel. As we stretch, feel how the stretch of the arms stretches from the center of the chest out to the fingertips. You feel broad and spacious. And there's no gripping as you extend the arms and legs. There's steadiness. And we'll turn the left leg and foot out, the right foot in, and maintaining the spreading across the chest. We'll inhale and exhale out into Trikonasana. So you can place your left hand onto your shin or a block. Feel that the tops of the thighs move towards the backs of the thighs. As the side body lengthens out over the left leg, the arms are stretching from the center of the chest, but you're not drawing the trapezius muscles up towards the ears. So the tops of the shoulders, the bottom of the neck, the trapezius lengthens down. So there's a softening there. So you're not holding up in the upper chest or the neck. And then press the feet and inhale, come back up. We'll turn the feet parallel. Spread from the center of the chest out to the fingertips, and then turn the right leg and foot out, the back foot in 30 degrees. And don't let the hips turn with the leg, but keep the pelvis moving towards the screen as you take the tops of the thighs back and lift the sides of the body. Inhale and exhale, reach out over the right leg, extending, and then you can take your hand onto your shin or a block and maintain the lift in the chest, the length on the two sides of the body. As you spread from the center of the chest out, rolling those shoulders back, moving the shoulder blades into the back, lengthen the back of the neck, and keep the neck soft. So you're not hardening. You can look forward or you can look up towards the ceiling if you're able to maintain a sense of wellness in the upper shoulders. And then press the feet and inhale, come back up. Turn the feet to parallel and step or hop the arms and legs back to Tadasana. So again, standing evenly on the feet, lifting the side body, spreading the chest, reaching the fingers down towards the floor. All right, we'll do that same pose again. And if you have a chair, we'll use the chair and we'll face the back of the chair towards the camera, towards the front of the room. The back of the chair is facing forward. And if I'll show you what to do if you don't have a suitable chair, but we'll do Trikonasana again. And if you don't have a rung on your chair, you can put your hand onto your shin, or you can substitute a block, or you can use the rung. And then we'll take our hand, internally rotating it behind our back like we did with the Hastasana as we were standing in Tadasana. And you can roll the shoulder back, spreading from the center of the chest out to the outer shoulder, and begin to rotate the torso more towards the ceiling, rotating that shoulder back, but without creating hardness. So I'm holding on to the top of the back of the chair. Now, if you don't have a chair at all, you can again put your hand on a block. You can put your hand on your shin, and you can just do Paschimottanasana with the hand behind the back if you can't reach a chair back. Okay, so set your chair up so that it's to the left side of your sticky mat where you'll be turning. And then we'll step the arms and legs wide, maintaining this stretch from the center out to the fingertips. And then turn the left leg and foot out. Turn that thigh from the top of the thigh out. The back foot turns in slightly. Lift the sides of the body, spread the chest, spread the arms. Inhale and exhale, come out over your left leg. And again, place your hand on the shin, place your hand on the chair rung, place your hand on a block. And just find your footing here for a moment as you use the support of the chair. The two sides of the body are lengthened, center of the chest spreads, and then you'll internally rotate your arm and take the arm back behind you. If you have a chair back, you can grab the chair back. If you don't have a chair back, just take the arm behind you like we did in the first pose. So behind the back. So you'll make sure the back of the chair is facing the back of your body so that you're grabbing the chair behind you. Yeah. And then once you're there with the support of the chair, you have a little more freedom and support to begin to rotate those the left side of the body forward and up towards the ceiling, the outer right shoulder back. And there should be a spreading on the shoulder so that you're not hardening the shoulder as you take the arm back and spread the shoulder to turn more towards the ceiling. And then firmly press your feet and come back up. And turn the feet. You can move your chair over to the right. And then with the feet wide, the feet parallel, stretch the arms from the chest out to the fingertips. Turn the right leg and foot out, back foot in. Inhale, lift the chest, spread the arms, and exhale, reach out over your right leg. Again, the hand on the shin, the chair rung, a block. And again, find your support, find your footing in the pose with the support. Makes it easier, but sometimes we have to adjust a little bit to get it to the right position. So there's still a lengthening of the sides of the body towards the armpits, lifting of the chest towards the chin, a lengthening of the back and the neck. And then we'll internally rotate our left arm and take it back behind your back. And maybe you can grab your chair back. Just gives you something to hold on to. If not, just wrap it around your waist. And then with the right hand down, press into the right hand down as you rotate the lower side body more towards the ceiling. And the hand on the chair behind the back, that shoulder rotates more up towards the ceiling, towards the back of the room, and helps you to rotate more the torso up towards the ceiling. And there's a spreading there and a spreading of the tops of the shoulders as well. So there's no tension created by the pose. There might be tension that was already there to begin with, but we don't want any tension created by the pose. So releasing the tops of the shoulders down and then press your feet and inhale back up. Turn your feet to parallel and step or hop back to Tadasana. And just stand for a moment in Tadasana. Even though we're using the support of the chair, sometimes because we have the support, we go deeper into the pose with other parts of our body. So it's a good time to come back to Tadasana, evaluate what's going on in your body, in your mind, in your breath. Is there an expansion of the chest, the torso, the legs, expansion of the mind, expansion of the breath? What is it? Is there anything new going on? And then we'll take our fingertips up and step the arms and legs, step or hop the arms and legs wide apart again. And then we'll take your hands onto your waist, and we'll turn the left leg and foot out, the back foot in, and try to maintain the torso upright and towards the wall in front of you. As we inhale, spreading the chest, bend the left knee, and take the left knee over the ankle. So just noticing, you may or may not be able to see yourself on the screen, but is the torso upright? Is the thigh parallel to the floor? How deep are you able to bend the knee to get the thigh more parallel to the floor and also maintain the upright position of the chest? And then with the arms, or with the chest upright, stretch the arms from the shoulders and release the shoulders down the back as you spread again from the center of the chest out to the fingertips. Don't lose the thigh. Keep the top of the thigh descending down towards the floor. And then straighten the left leg. Turn the feet parallel. And take your hands onto your waist again. And we'll turn the right leg and foot out. The back foot turns in slightly. The thighs move back. The top of the right thigh turns out, but the pelvis stays mostly forward towards the wall in front of you. The shoulders move back. The torso stays upright. Maintain the attention on the outer edge of the left foot as you bend the right knee and come towards parallel to the floor with the thigh, knee over the ankle, top of the thigh descends. And maintain your torso upright. So don't let the torso lean towards your bent leg. Keep that top thigh descending down, but keep the torso lifting up and maintaining as much as possible upright position of the torso. And then reach the arms from the center of the chest, spreading the chest, spreading the shoulders, feeling a sense of expansiveness in Warrior II, Virabhadrasana II pose. Again, you can look out over your right fingertips, but keep the top of the right thigh descending down, sides of the waist lifting up, back of the neck long, and then straighten the right leg, turn the feet, and step or hop back to Tadasana. And again, noticing the balance of the weight on the feet, maintaining the lift in the thighs, a lift in the abdomen, a lift in the chest as you reach the arms. And then we'll try this pose again with our chair. So again, if you don't have a chair that works, you'll just do the pose again without the chair. But if you have a chair, we'll put our buttock and the top of the thigh on the chair with the chair back facing away from us. So the left leg out and the right leg back. Now, if you don't have a yoga chair that's going to work, and you find that you're either, so if you're low, if your chair is low, you can build some height underneath your buttock. So if your chair is too low, if what you have is too low, you can build some height underneath your buttock. If your chair is too high, then, and actually it's nice to have a little padding on the chair, actually. So even if you don't need a lot of height, just a little bit of padding is nice instead of being on a hard chair. But if your chair is too high sometimes, or if you're shorter, then, and I'm not, so this is not the right position for me because it takes my knee too high. But if you're shorter or your chair's high, you can put your foot on a block, or both feet if you need to. Okay, so find your pose. And this takes some of the work out of the bent leg, not all of it, but it means that you can focus on extending from the inner groin to the knee, so you can maintain that knee over the ankle. So make sure that the ankle is underneath the knee. Don't let the foot come ahead of the knee in this version. We want to keep that descending of the top of the left thigh down. And then with the support of the bent leg, you can really focus on stretching the straight leg. So you've got that outer edge of the foot pressing down, the thigh moving back. And you can also focus more on what your torso is doing. So a lot of times we'll lean forward in the pose as we come into the pose, but we'll maintain the sides of the body upright. And then you also have your hands on the back of the chair. So you can press your hands on the back of the chair to keep yourself upright again. So it makes it a little bit easier in the pose, since you're not holding yourself up. And then you can, once you've got the lift in the chest, you can spread the arms from the center of the chest and look out over your left fingers without worrying so much about holding yourself up in the pose, but you can find an expansiveness, a lift, a sense of ease in the pose. Make sure to not allow the abdomen to drop in the pose. Keep the abdomen toned. So you're supporting your back body, supporting your abdominal organs. And then release the arms to the chair back. And we can take the chair over to the right and repeat on the right side. So unless your two legs are uneven, you'll use the same support. So maybe a support under your buttocks. You might need a support under the foot. But find your alignment so that the knees over the ankle, the buttock and top of the thigh are supported on your chair. The back leg stretches straight. And the outer edge of that foot presses onto the floor. Top of the left thigh presses back. So that is a lot of work in that straight leg, even though you're supported. And there's an extension from the inner groin to the inner knee. So there's a lot of spreading across the pelvis in this pose, drawing up of the abdomen, of the chest. The hands can be on the back of the chair, and gently press the chair so that you're upright, lifted. Keep the chest spreading out to the outer shoulders. And then with that support, you can extend the arms, stretching the arms from the center of the chest, lowering the trapezius muscles down, trying to find a restful position of the shoulders down so they're not gripping, and reach the arms out. You can gaze out over your right fingertips. Torso is upright. All right, and then relax the arms, relax the legs, stand up, and put your chair behind you again, out of the way a little bit. We'll use it shortly. grab a block on either side. We'll use a block first. And we'll practice Utthita Parsvakonasana. So from Tadasana, you'll step the arms and legs wide. And then turn the left leg and foot out, the back foot in slightly. And the pose begins like Virabhadrasana II, the pose we just did. So you'll bend your knee, the knee out over the ankle, but keep the torso upright as much as you can. And then inhale and exhale, reach out over the left leg. Place your hand onto a block. You can take your right hand onto your waist. Place your hand onto a block or the floor possibly, or you can have your elbow on your thigh if you don't have access to a block, down on the floor. Maintain that back leg stretched straight. The knee over the ankle, the top of that left thigh descends down. Keep the sides of the waist lifting, center of the chest spreading, and then take the right arm by the ear and stretch the arm overhead by the ear. As you continue to descend the top of the right thigh, left thigh down, right thigh back, right leg stretched straight. And what's going on with the left side of your body in this pose? Is there freedom on the left side of the body like there is on the right side of the body? And then we'll press our feet back up. Turn the feet parallel. And turn the right leg and foot out now. Torso upright. Draw that outer left hip in so your torso maintains an uprightness. And keep the attention in the outer edge of the left foot as you bend the right knee into Virabhadrasana II, and then extend out over the right leg. Place your hand on a block or your elbow on your thigh and take the left hand onto your waist. Continue to descend the top of the right thigh down. And then take the left arm by the ear and stretch the left arm overhead. With all the activity in the pose, the actions in the pose of holding the pose, what's going on with the right side of the body? Is the right side as lengthened as the left side of the body? And then press your feet. Come up, turn the feet, and step or hop the arms and legs back to Tadasana. So stand with the feet together, the thighs, the quadriceps lifting, the abdomen toning, the chest spreads from the center out to the shoulders, the fingers stretch down by the sides of the waist. The neck is long. The jaw is relaxed. The tongue is relaxed. And then we'll use the chair again. So we use the chair similar to how we used it in Trikonasana. So you'll take the left hand down to a block, or again, you can use your thigh, or you can use the chair rung down. And then you'll take your top hand behind you and grab either the chair back, or you can just hold it back behind you like we did in Paschimottanasana. And give yourself more room to lengthen the two sides of the waist evenly and rotate the chest more towards the ceiling. Okay, so from Tadasana, step the arms and legs wide. The feet parallel, then turn the left leg and foot out, back foot in. Inhale and exhale, bend the left knee. Come into Virabhadrasana II with the torso upright. Then keeping the two sides of the waist lengthen as you descend the top of the left thigh down. Inhale and exhale, reach out over the left leg. Place your hand onto the block or your chair rung. Take the right hand onto your waist and maintain the two sides of the waist long. As you lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, release the shoulders down the back, and then take the right hand behind the back and either just grab behind the back, or you can hold on to the chair back behind you as you rotate your torso more towards the ceiling. So try to keep the length in the two sides of the body as you rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. And then you can straighten the legs and come out, turn the feet. You'll move your chair over to the other side. And again, if you don't have the chair rung, just use a block. So we'll start in Tadasana. Noticing what's changing, if anything, in your physical body. Are you able to maintain the stability of the legs down, an expansion of the chest, so lifting the chest up, and then taking the fingertips up, either step or hop, the arms and legs wide. Turn the right leg and foot out, back foot in, keeping the chest spreading, the arms spreading, bend the right knee, coming towards parallel to the floor, the knee over the ankle, back leg stretches straight, then keeping the two sides of the body long, lengthen the right side of the waist out onto the right leg. You can take your left hand onto your waist, right hand down onto the block or the chair rung, maintaining the length in the torso, maintaining the strength in the straight leg, the strength in the bent knee and thigh as the thigh descends down. And then you can take the left hand behind the back and grab for your chair rung. And keep the space, keep the length on the two sides of the body as you rotate the lower right side forward and up towards the ceiling, spreading the chest, spreading the shoulder, rotate the shoulder back and the chest more towards the ceiling. Keeping that right thigh descending down, and then press the feet and inhale, come back up. Turn the feet and step the arms and legs back to Tadasana. All right. We'll take the chair now to the top of your mat. So you're going to be sideways to me. And we'll do, or you don't have to be, you can have the chair at the top of the mat, however that setup looks for you. And then we'll do Virabhadrasana I in this position. So we'll keep the left leg forward and we'll step the right leg back. You want to have the chair so that you can grab it, the back of the chair. And work to extend the outer right heel down as you draw the outer right hip forward. Keeping the pelvis moving towards parallel with the chair in front of you. And then extend the right leg back as you bend the left knee towards, so that the knee is over the ankle. The hands are on the chair to keep you lifted upright. So make sure that the chair is, initially it feels like it might be a little bit close to have it where it is, but the closer it is towards your knee, the back of the chair seat, the more you can maintain the upright stance in the pose. So the outer right heel reaches back, the top of the right thigh presses towards the back of the right thigh, the top of the left thigh descends down, and you gently just pressing your hands into the back of the chair back to encourage the torso to stay upright, the shoulders to spread back to create a little bit of ease in the pose, maintaining the chest up. And then straighten the left knee, and then step the right leg forward and stand in Tadasana for a moment. So see that the weight is back towards the heels, the abdomen is back towards the heels. The awareness in the back of the body. So we're drawing ourselves back or deeper into the body. And then we'll step the left leg back, stand with the legs straight to begin with. As you extend the outer left heel towards the floor, and then draw that left hip forward towards the chair in front of you. So it's the pelvis is moving towards parallel with the back of the chair. And then maintain the extension in the outer left heel as you bend the right knee and descend the top of the right thigh down, coming deeply into the pose with the support of the chair. So it gives you a little more freedom to descend a little bit deeper in the pose. You have the support of the chair for balance. And then you can also press your hands gently into the chair to maintain the lift of the chest. And it encourages you to recede or recede back towards that back leg and the back of the body, so that you're not leaning forward towards your chair, but you're keeping the torso upright, the abdomen towards the spine, the back of the neck long, the jaw soft, right thigh descends down, left hip moves forward, and then straighten the right leg, step the left leg forward and stand up for a moment in Tadasana. All right. So now we'll turn the chair around, and eventually It'll be helpful if you have the chair ahead of your sticky mat or on or off the sticky mat so that it can slide a little bit, if that's possible. If not, it's okay. It'll just be a little choppy and jerky as you move it around. Not a big deal. I've got mine on a hardwood floor, but it's still gonna require a little movement. So what we'll do is Virabhadrasana III. So we just did, let's see, it doesn't really matter which leg's forward for the demo, but we just did Virabhadrasana I. And we'll extend our arms up. And then I want you to lay your abdomen on your thigh. You can reach for the chair back to begin. And then we'll place our hands onto the chair seat and stand up onto our right leg and stretch the left leg back. If this is easy, you can take your hands down the chair legs a little bit if you have that access. Otherwise, you can just keep the hands onto the chair back, onto the chair seat. And let's just start there. So then we'll step back into Virabhadrasana I, where we'll keep the torso on the thigh and then reach the arms up and stand back up. Okay, so I was demoing, we'll do it together. So stand in Tadasana. And we'll step the right leg back. You can have your hands on your waist as you step the right leg back. And keeping, remember, the hands on the chair back. Keeping the torso upright, bend the left knee. Keeping the torso upright. Extending the right heel back. And then reach your arms forward and up into Virabhadrasana, into the classic Virabhadrasana Warrior I pose. And with the arms by the ears, can you maintain the arms by the ears as you take your torso onto your thigh? And then you've got your chair back that you can hold on to. Keep that left knee bent. So this would be what we would do if we were going to stand up without the support of the chair, keeping the arms up. And then you can take your hands onto your chair seat and take your weight forward and stand up onto your left leg as you reach the right leg back. So you want to try to keep the hip level. So you're not lifting that right hip up. That outer right hip draws down towards the floor as you extend through the inner line of the right leg. Standing leg straight. Press the hands down on the chair to keep the chest lifted and continue to maintain the stretch, the spreading across the chest. And then stretch the right leg back as you bend the left knee. Try to lie the chest down onto your abdomen onto your thigh. And then you can reach up again for the chair. So imagine you're doing this without the support. The arms by the ears. And then keeping, if you can, the arms by the ears. Stretch the arms back up into Virabhadrasana I. And then straighten the left leg. Lower the arms and step forward into Tadasana. Standing for a moment in Tadasana. Noticing after doing a pose where we were moving forward, is your tendency to now sort of lean forward in the pose. See if you can't draw yourself back to center, bringing your attention a little bit more towards the back of the body. Receding back towards the back of the body, staying in the back body. And then we'll step the left leg back. You take your hands onto your waist. You square your hips towards your chair, keeping the torso upright, keeping your attention in the outer edge of that left foot as you bend the right knee now, keeping the torso upright. And then reaching the arms out and up, coming into Virabhadrasana I, but still maintaining the descension down at the top of the right thigh, the left heel, the legs moving down, chest lifting up. With the arms by the ears, inhale and exhale and place the abdomen onto your thigh and reach the arms overhead by the ear. You can use the support of the chair back. It's a nice support, keeping the arms up. And then place your hands onto the chair seat and take your weight forward onto your right leg. Stand on the right leg and stretch the left leg back. So the pelvis is level. The standing leg stretches straight. The left leg stretches back as you roll that outer left hip down. Press the hands down into the chair to lift the chest. Broaden the shoulders, broaden the chest. Reaching the left leg back. Extend the left leg back, bend the right knee, step the left leg back, and extend one more time the arms overhead by the ears and lengthen forward. Keep the weight steady in your legs as you inhale the arms up, keeping them by the ears, keeping the top of the right thigh down, chest forward, straighten the right leg, lower the arms, and step the left leg forward. And stand for a moment in Tadasana. Again, noticing where the weight has shifted on your feet. If you're feeling like you're doing a little bit of a ski jump now, after doing Virabhadrasana III, after that movement forward, take the weight back towards the heels, draw the thighs back, draw the abdomen back, extend the chest up. And then take your hands onto your hips and step your, let's say left leg, it doesn't really matter. Step your legs wide and we'll do Prasarita Padottanasana. So the legs are wide, the feet are parallel, and we'll be without a chair for this pose. So the shoulders still back, the tops of the shoulders descend down, abdomen lifts up, lift the chest, lift the sides of the body, lift the armpits up towards the ceiling, getting length in the front body. As you inhale and exhale, come forward, keeping the hips over the heels. Hands start off underneath the shoulders. And so pause here, rolling the front thighs in, spreading the back thighs out, keeping the weight even on your feet so you're not rolling in towards your inner ankles or your outer ankles, but you're maintaining evenness on the inner and outer ankles. And you can either stay in the upright position, the Ardha, concave position of Prasarita Padottanasana, or you can bend, take your hands back in line with your feet, heels of the hands moving down as you bend the elbows and take the crown of the head towards the floor. If the crown of the head doesn't come to the floor, you can use a block under your head. Get a little bit more of a rest in the pose so the legs remain active. The hands are shoulder width, elbows are shoulder width, drawing in. The hands press down as the elbows lift up. The sides of the waist lengthen down. The hips lift up. The weight again is steady on the feet. It's even on the feet. So the front thighs roll in. From the center of the back thighs, spread out towards the outer thighs. Steady the breath. Release the diaphragm, so no gripping in the rib cage and the muscles of the diaphragm. You can maintain a toning in the abdomen. And then either the hands stay where they are between the feet, or you can walk them slightly forward, but press the heels of the hands down and stretch the arms straight, lifting the chest. And trying not to swing the hips back as you exhale your hands to your waist, and inhale, stand up. And then step the legs back to Tadasana. And we'll use our chair a couple more times since we've got it. And we'll do a forward bend first in the chair, a little bit of a resting pose. So you can sit back towards the back of your chair, sit like a normal person would sit in their chair, which isn't always the case in yoga class. But sit so that you're even. Your feet will be hip width, or maybe just a little bit wider than hip width, but the feet are parallel. And then we'll lift our torso and lift our chest as we extend out over our thighs. So your torso should be in between your thighs, so it's got a little space to extend down. You can use your blocks if you'd like, or you can have your hands on the floor, but if this will give you a little more space to have your hands lifted on blocks. You can walk your hands forward, lengthen forward. Try to keep the knees over the ankles and the knees the same distance wide. So don't let the legs just fall out to the side, but keep them in line with your heels as you extend forward. And lengthen the torso. And then you can either stay here if this feels comfortable, or you can reach your hands inside. And again, if your chair might prohibit you a little bit, you can reach your hands to your chair legs and begin to pull yourself in a little bit. You might be able to reach the back legs of your chair. You can scooch yourself back a little bit, but you might just be able to grab the chair, the front legs of the chair, and take yourself into your forward bend a little bit. So lengthening, rounding down, relaxing the head and neck. Actually, you might get a better grab of the chair legs if you come forward. So you might have to just adjust a little bit, either forward or back, so that you can utilize the chair legs to come into the pose. And then you'll walk your hands again forward, lengthening the chest. And then you can place your hands on your thighs and sit up in the chair. And then we'll turn sideways on the chair, if you can, so that the right side of the body is towards the chair, back. And again, sitting as best you can, evenly on your sit bones on the chair, the knees in line with the hips, the feet in line with the knees over the ankles. And then keeping yourself upright, we'll rotate towards the right. So you can place your hands on the chair back. And just do a gentle twist. You don't need to crank on anything here. Just keeping the pelvis level. So you should still feel like the sit bones are even. There's even weight on the sit bones. There's even weight on the feet. The knees are staying in line, so one's not coming forward as you rotate towards the right. The knees in line, and with the pelvis balanced, allowing the spine to gently rotate towards the right, maintaining the two sides of the waist lifted, and maintaining the broadness across the top chest. So we're still spreading from the center of the chest to the shoulders, maintaining softness in the throat, the back of the neck. And then inhale and exhale, release the twist. And then you can make your way, turn around, rotate your chair. I'm going to rotate my chair so I'm facing forward. But starting again with the pelvis level, the feet parallel, the knees over the ankles, the knees in line with the hips, the torso lifted. We'll turn towards the left, holding on to the back leg, back of the chair, but not gripping. So you don't have to hold your hands open, but just know that you're really just sort of pressing your hands, just like we did in Virabhadrasana I, to keep the chest upright and to help you rotate towards the left. Again, keeping the weight even on the pelvis. You're not leaning one way or the other. You're keeping your pelvis balanced, keeping the sides of the body long, rotating from the base of the spine to the chest, and maintaining the spreading of the center of the chest out across the shoulders. The trapezius muscles descend down, the back of the neck lengthens, the throat is soft, the jaw is soft, the eyes continue to recede back towards the back of the brain. The breath is steady and smooth as you rotate towards the left. And then take another deep inhale and exhale. Come back to center. So we'll set up for Savasana. I thought it was some flowers that were flowing around, but it's snowing outside. Of course. So we'll do Savasana. So have at least a blanket on your sticky mat. You can also do it on if you're on a carpet, you can just be on your carpet, but have something on the sticky mat so that you can expand. Often we use we have the sticky mat so that it holds us where we are. But in Shavasana, we want our body to extend and be able to spread on the support. And then a little support for your head. So you may not need much, you may not need anything, but a little support for the head is nice. You want to make sure that the back of the neck and the back of the head are supported, so not just the back of the head and the neck out in space. We want the neck supported too. So when you lie down, you lie back. You want to be in the center of your support as you extend the legs down, and then extend the torso down. Support the back of the head and the neck. See that you're in a straight line, and then you'll take the legs just slightly apart, giving them a little space. They don't need to be very wide, about hip width. Let the legs relax, and then externally rotating your arms so that the shoulders draw down. The outer shoulders continue to spread down towards the floor. The inner shoulder blades move into the back. The chest maintains a lift, not a hard, tense lift, but an openness and spreading in the chest. The palms relax open and up towards the ceiling. Just take a few moments before you close your eyes just to notice that you're even in your pose. And then you can gently close your eyes. Letting the body relax. Letting the muscles of the legs relax. The muscles of the pelvis and buttocks. The abdomen relaxes, allow the abdominal organs to relax and recede back towards the floor. The muscles of the arms, the upper arms, the lower arms relax. The throat remains relaxed. The jaw. The tongue relaxes. The eyes are soft as the eyes recede back towards the back of the brain. There's a spreading from the center of the brow out towards the temples. And we'll enjoy a few moments of silence. And then begin to take a few deeper breaths. So gently drawing the breath deeper into the body, gently waking the body up. And when you're ready, you can carefully, slowly open your eyes. And then rest your hands on your abdomen. And then bend your knees one at a time, placing the soles of the feet on the floor. And slowly roll over onto your right side. And carefully press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can take the position we took at the beginning of class or another comfortable seated position just for a moment. Taking a moment to notice any changes in your physical body. Your mental body, your mental awareness. You might even notice some changes in your breath awareness. And then we'll take our hands into Namaskar once again in front of our hearts. And bowing your head towards your hands, acknowledging the light that exists within each one of us. Namaste. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.